of newt and frog, wool of bat and tail of hog. For a vision, powerful double, make a potion, boil and bubble. Yes, those old sorcerers had the right idea, but not the right equipment to really look into the future. But now, by combining their old recipes with my modern electronics, I'll really be able to look into the future. Eh, Chimes?
Oh, yes, sir, but I trust everything is in order this time.
Of course everything is in order. Let's see now. The ignitron uses the eye of a newt for its grid, the thyrotron, a toe of the frog for the cathode, the photomultiplier, the wool of a bat, and the tail of a hog. Well, everything seems to be A-OK. Now for the test. Ready, Chimes?
Ready, sir.
Oh, this invention will rock the world!
Congratulations, sir. I think you just rocked the world.
Confound it, Chimes. That was a mistake. Something went wrong. I wonder what.
Begging your pardon, sir, but perhaps your nephew Dialer at the laboratories could be of some assistance.
By George, I'll call Dialer and find out. Can't let him suspect why I'm calling, though.
Bell Telephone Laboratories, Dialer speaking.
Hello, Dialer, my nephew.
Hi, Unc. What's new with you?
Well, that's what I was about to ask you. What's new at the labs?
Gosh, Unc, everything we're working on is new. Anything in particular I can help you with?
Well, yes. What about looking into the future?
Looking into the future? Why, here at the Bell Labs, it's part of our duty to look as far ahead as possible.
Yes. But what do you use? A crystal ball? Conjure up a vision, or what?
Hardly, Unc. You see, Sybil helps us.
Oh, you're using one of those old-fashioned oracles, eh?
Not exactly, Unc. Sybil is a computer-like machine that helps us predict the future of...
No, they can't. They just can't have invented my invention.
And through Sybil, we can try out a proposed communication service before time and money is spent developing it.
If this Sybil really works, maybe Dialer will tell me what he's seen in the future. Dialer, my boy, just what can we look forward to?
Well, Unc, in the years ahead, the telephone of the future will be an even more prominent and versatile part of our lives than it is today. Take a typical day in the life of your great-grandnephew Cordell. It's a spring morning as we look in on his home. Breakfast's over. Cord, who's an executive with an interspace engineering company, kisses his wife, Pat, and their two children, Princess and Junior, goodbye, and leaves for the office. A soundproof room attached to the house. Without the problems of commuting or traffic jams, he's ready to start work in a matter of minutes. First, there's an intercontinental business conference. A touch of a button, and picture phones bring the conferees together. In seconds, company executives located around the world are deep in discussions over business details. Even printed material is exchanged among the group by telephonic machines, as if they were all in the same room. The conference over, Cord picks up a waiting telephone call that rings as soon as his line becomes free. It's one of his engineers at an outer space construction job. The project has been hit by a derelict rocket. Plans for removing the rocket and repairing the damage are worked out between Cord and the space project by a telephone conversation. Now that's carried through space on a thin rod-like beam of invisible infrared light projected from an optical maser. Operating on no more power than an ordinary light bulb, the optical maser will be able to carry hundreds of thousands of telephone calls and television programs all at one time on a single beam of light. Equipment and materials needed to do the job are ordered over an advanced data phone system, which reads the recorded information and transmits it to the data receiving center. Here, a data phone receiving unit duplicates the ordering information, which is fed into data processing machines and electronic computers. The processed information on the ordered items is then data phoned to the correct manufacturing, assembling, and shipping points around the world. On the other side of the house, Junior is getting help with his homework. The program comes from an education center and is carried on a special TV circuit via telephone waveguide, a hollow tube that can carry hundreds of television programs and telephone calls at one time. Later in the afternoon, Pat is browsing around a dress shop on her picture phone. A design in the new spring colors catches her eye. It's just what she could wear to the Bennetts for dinner. Oh, dinner. It's almost that time, and Princess is still playing outside with her friends on their heli-cycles. But her wristwatch radio telephone makes it easy to call even young teenagers home for dinner. Later in the evening, Cord and Junior watch a real World Series game, being telecast from Tokyo via communication satellites. The North American pennant winners are playing the Far East League champs, the Tokyo Samurais. Pat and Princess, more interested in culture than sports, are tuned to a program from the Museum of Modern Art. Typical examples of movies seen on the Late Late shows in the mid-1900s. Yes, the average day in the life of an average family in the future will be easier than ours today. But few things will be easier than telephonic communications.
Sounds great, my boy, but isn't it a bit fantastic?
Not at all, Unc. In fact, the data phone system is already in use. And we're experimenting right now with picture phones here in the Bell Laboratories. Then, too, the day of communicating by satellites is here. The waveguide system and the optical maser are being developed here at the labs along with other telephone services for the future.
Talking of the future, there's one thing you've overlooked.
What's that, Unc?
The smellophone.
The what?
Yes, the smellophone. Think of the possibilities. Being able to smell things over the telephone. Why, it's the greatest of my great ideas.
Confidentially, I think the idea indubitably has questionable sociological ramifications.